Hello everybody, John McCormick here once again. This is a somewhat embarrassing whip-by video. As a new person into lock sport, I've watched so many guttings of challenge locks and various things, and I had this beautiful Lockwood oval cylinder that Paul Springett sent me, and I finally got it picked, and I found out it had only standard pins in it, which was embarrassing because it took me like 4 days of trying to pick it to finally get it, but it was quite dirty inside. But anyway, regardless, I said I'm going to gut it, and then I'm going to repin this so that this beautiful Lockwood key will work in this Lockwood oval cylinder. And I don't know why, but I've really developed a liking for the Lockwood locks. So I thought this will really be a prized possession. So that was my goal. I took it apart. I think I found all the right pins that would go into the core to line up with the shear line, I thought. And when I went to put it back together, I started my effort of putting these springs and drivers back in, and make a long story short, I failed miserably. I put all the springs in, and then I tried to put the drivers in one by one, and just couldn't get them. Then I watched several people's videos that I tried to search for and look up. I saw one by Bosnian Bill, and with his recommended method, I tried that and also failed miserably. After dropping this particular pin for chamber 5 about I don't know, 5 or 6 dozen times, and losing it and finding it and crawling around on the floor and so forth, I lost a spring. It was the funniest thing. I just had a spring and I dropped it literally 1 inch. I work off of these paper towels, and the spring was gone. It was like magic. The spring just disappeared. So not to belabor this video, but I am officially declaring a whip-by in trying to get this repinned. If anybody has any recommendations or hints, I'm willing to listen, other than you should be able to do it because it's easy. Please let me know, because I just dropped it for the 53rd time. I try to put that pin in there and chase it with this follower. I'm using this hollow follower that I got from Bill Bacardi with this wonderful pinning kit. This pinning board box was in here, and I've just failed miserably. I cannot get that pin. I try to push it and jam the follower against it, and I have gotten to where I got that 5th one in and retained. Let me get that spring out. I've gotten the 5th one in and wedged against, and then I try to get the next one, and I don't know if a solid follower would be any better, but then on pin 4, the pin falls out and goes through the hollow follower, and I've actually failed in trying to get any further. I've gotten 1 pin in, pin 5, and pin 4 after trying a couple dozen times, and eventually messing it up and messing up dropping pin 5 back out. I'm just declaring a whip-by. So when everything fails, rather than get too frustrated, I guess it's time for the Lockwood to go into a bag for future efforts, I guess. I've been trying off and on for 3 days, so I'm just gonna bag it, put it away, and go back to my picking. That's it for now. Yeah, like I said, if you have any hints as to how you guys do it, like I said, I've seen so many times people gutting locks, but getting the pins back in, I can't imagine that it takes you folks that long to get the pins back in the Bible. If any of you have a hint or Maybe you have a video on this. I just haven't found it. If you can give me a link, I'd appreciate it. That's it. Bye for now.